What is up? What is up? What is up, hybrid peeps? On this late night, what is it, Tuesday? Tuesday, about to be Wednesday. Get my glove back on, got my helmet on, and we're back to where it all began, and kind of warming up like it all began. Pretty much what I'm doing tonight, guys, is I'm up at the plaza, trying to be quiet because there's like an elderly home like right there. So I try to be as quiet as possible. That, and there's like a sign right here. Here, I'll show you guys real quick. If it'll let me. Stupid gloves. Hold on. Gloves. They're a pain in the butt. Hold on. There. There's a sign right here too at the bank that says no bicycle riding. So yeah, they're not as cool as I'd like them to be. But the whole time I grew up here, I didn't have any problems. So pretty much, guys, what I'm practicing tonight, I'm practicing a couple of different things. It started with 1-footers off of that ledge over there. It doesn't look like much, and it's not, but it's a good place to start. I wanted to start working on taking 1 foot off, as silly as that sounds, but it just works better when you take 1 foot off when you're starting to think about doing tail whips. Because when I first started trying to learn how to do tail whips, I was kind of just like kicking them, and like almost every single one of them was like a dead sailor. Like I was just kind of like throwing them around and just hoping that it like landed, and that never worked. So I have to completely reteach myself how to do tail whips. But one of the baby steps to learning tail whips is to learn how to do like 1-footers, no footer, and then no footers, and get that comfortable, get your feet comfortable with coming off the pedals and back onto the pedals. And because of that, that's what I'm kind of learning first. So that way when I go to kick it, like when it comes back around, I already have that muscle memory to like put my feet on my cranks and hopefully catch. But then after that, after doing the 1-footer for a little bit and getting kind of bored with it, I started doing 180s, and I wanted to like 180 up this ledge right here. But I learned that like 180ing up, I was struggling because I wasn't coming in at the right angle, number one. And number two, I realized something else. I was like, okay, well, when I do finally do this, I want to fakie out pretty far. And I'm like, well, I should work on my fakies. So it's kind of like warming up to a new season because I was off the bike for so many months. It's tough to like get back into riding. And yes, I finally got a noggin protector, a 888 noggin protector. So it is very comfy. I love it. I'm probably gonna put the bigger pads in it. And we're gonna do a little review video, guys, on what's a good solid helmet like this one and what's a bad helmet, and why you should definitely buy the better helmet, even though it looks kind of silly. It looks like I got a turtle on my head, but you know what, it saves my brain if I fall, and I appreciate that. I also got a Stand with Scotty sticker on it, and here, let's do a round around. I think over here, I'm trying to remember what kind of sticker I have there. I don't remember right now. I know I have a Scotty Kramer one, and then I got an official big boy right here somewhere, and then I got a band sticker right there. So yeah, I ordered some off the website. I don't know if you guys checked out Swamp Fest or some of the videos on Scotty Kramer's channel. Let's see who else had videos. Ryan Goodley. I always screw up his last name. Goodlier. He was down there too, and let's see who else. Spencer Forsman filmed some stuff there too, which was awesome. It was just cool to see all the content that came out. I think Vital did some stuff. It was just dope seeing how much content came out of Swamp Fest this year, and it looked more insane than I've ever seen it in the 3 years it's been going on. And I really hope that they weren't deterred by the cops that came when they lit the fire on the ramps for that night. I really hope that they're deterred to not do it next year, because next year, man, I've got to make it down there somehow. I don't care how. I got to make it to Swamp Fest. I might not be doing crazy tricks and stuff, but I want to cover that place, and I want to see that amazing spectacle of, you know, 5,000 plus BMX bikers getting together to do crazy shit. It's just awesome. But anyways, guys, less of the talking. I've been on this for 4 minutes, and I'm still just jocking along. What I learned about doing 180s, I started doing 180s on flat, and I was like, okay, I noticed something. I'm Indian giving every single 180 I do, because what I'm doing is as soon as I land it, I'm turning around. I'm not faking out very far. So what I'm doing is I'm bumping into this little piece of curb right here, and it kind of has like a downslope toward get air. So I'm trying to use that as like a fakie and I'm trying to get to this ledge over here and then jump up on this ledge. So that's really what I'm trying to do right now. It's just kind of learn how to make my fakies farther. So I guess you guys get to watch that tonight. Not super exciting, not super crazy. This person that's probably coming to get money is going to be super offended, but I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down, and I'm going to get to riding. So here you go, guys. Let me find a good spot for you. And I don't have my tripod either, which sucks. But my tripod turned into a bipod really quick. So let's see what I can find is a good angle. There we go. That's decent, right? Let's see. Can you see everything in that shot? Let's see. We got everything for the most part. Yeah, good enough. Enjoy, guys. I'm gonna get to riding. Comment if you want. So I just did that person a solid and I covered their license plate. That's just being nice, you know. When people ride by, I like to be as nice as possible because I feel like, you know, they would probably give me the same common respect. Like they weren't sitting here talking shit or being mean. So that was pretty dope. They just kind of jetted out of here as quick as they could. But anyways, guys, I don't know if you can see all the way over there, so I'm gonna try to find a better spot for you guys to sit, so that when you rewatch this video tomorrow, because probably the majority of you are in bed getting ready for your day job or whatever, you can enjoy it instead of just seeing weird stuff. Let's see if this will work better. Maybe, kinda. Or you guys can just look at my butt all night. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a good spot, guys. Let's see. Trying to find a good spot. Good, decent lighting and decent spot. This is what you guys don't see behind the scenes when I'm not doing a live video, is how much goes into just trying to find a good spot to put you guys so you can see what all is going on. I think this is probably going to be my best bet, guys. You guys aren't going to see me hit the down ledge, but you'll at least see me fakie back, so that's going to have to be good enough, I guess. Side. Guys are watching this and you don't struggle with faking, if you can give me a couple tips and pointers. I know the basics, like you're supposed to stay as straight up and down as you can, but in a speed management you want to like feather your brake a little bit. But like if you guys have any other like weird tips and tricks, like you gotta lean back farther or whatever, you see what I'm doing and you can give me tips or pointers, I'm so down with that. And I think the rest of the audience would be down with that too if you leave some comments below. Just some kind of tips and tricks and pointers that everybody can kind of, you know, gauge off of and work with. That's what's cool about, you know, social media and all this stuff. Like when I was riding here when I was a kid, none of this was really there yet. I mean, yeah, Facebook was there, but you didn't have like live videos on YouTube, and YouTube was like a new thing. So it was kind of like you didn't have this kind of platform to work with and socialize with other fellow BMX bikers that might not live in your locale. So Oh, also, I don't know if he's gonna even get a hold of me, but I wrote Tim Shivers on Facebook. He has his dad owns a construction company, and him and his brother are both BMX bikers, and they have a barn out in Girard, which is about a half hour outside of Erie. So it's still technically Erie County. Um, that's a skate park inside. So I'm trying to get a hold of him to see if it's still there or if it's done or if if I can go ride there. I kind of hinted at it and like try to get a conversation going. So hopefully that works. Hopefully Tim Shivers gets back a hold of me and I can go ride his gigs for a little bit. That'd be cool. I know a lot of the local riders that ride there. I've met them on occasion for sure, but I've never actually like spent solid time with those people. And that's why I have such a hard disconnect in Erie because there are a lot of really good riders in this town, but they're kind of recluses. They don't really come out and play too often. They kind of stay to themselves and go to like Ray's and the Wheel Mill and stuff like that. So guys my age don't really ride in Erie anymore, and I don't really blame them for that. Financially, I just can't do what they do. So maybe with this new job that I'm applying for tomorrow, I'll be able to have a little bit more financial freedom. I won't have as much time freedom, but I'll have more financial freedom, so you guys will be able to see cooler content on this channel. But until then, I'm going to get back to more talk biggies. So. Hoping that kind of like, you guys kind of saw that. I'm like hoping that came out. I don't know if it did, but yeah, guys. So I think I'll bring you over to another one of my favorite spots because as much as I'm like enjoying practicing fakies, not really. I also want to ride this curved wall. I haven't ridden it in a really long time, and it just looks like fun. So I'm gonna put you guys right here, and you're not gonna be able to see the curved wall really, but you'll at least. Oh, maybe I can find a better spot. Let's see. Always playing with stuff. Always playing with trying to figure out where I want to put you guys. Pull this one up, maybe. Well, you guys are actually on the. Whoa. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one right there. Let's see. Oh, come on. The problem is, guys, I'm trying to stand you like on the actual wall itself, which may not be the wisest decision. There we go. Maybe that'll work. Okay, so right here, here my hand is, that's the wall. That's kind of like a 45-degree angle maybe, which is really cool. I'm so glad they did this. When I was a kid, I loved this. So. So I don't know how much of that you guys actually saw. It should be really interesting. I'm looking forward to going back on this live video and seeing what actually got recorded. What's up? So now you guys are even more sideways than you were before, so this should be a little bit more fun. See what we get from this angle. All right. So, funny story real quick about this little curved wall. This is actually where I started to try to do different stuff with fakies. There's a little tiny crack that stands right here where my finger is. And it's a little lower than the rest of the wall. It's kind of where all the water comes down in canals and then comes off of this wall. Well, I used to try to go and fakie up this, hit that with my front tire and come back down. But the problem is by the time you get to the bottom, you lose all your momentum and you kind of just stop. And I used to do, my buddy's called the Mike Snesny, which if you guys don't know who Mike Snesny is, he's a rider from back in like, probably like mid 2000s, maybe earlier than that. He started out in racing and he's an Erie local, Erie native that went pro. I don't think he even rides anymore, but last time I heard he went out to Utah or something like that, but he broke his back on the Big Six at Bucks really bad. He did a benefit race, but anyways, my buddies used to call me Mike Snesny because if you watch any of the Square One videos, which he rode for Square One, and a couple other brands I believe, but definitely Square One Media at least. And he used to always, in the Square One videos, he would always just get pissed off and just huck his bike. I mean, in any direction possible. If he got pissed off, that bike was going gone. I probably sent my DK6 pack to the moon. I remember the one day I got really pissed. I couldn't land something and it was just irritating the living hell out of me. And I sent my bike probably a good, I don't think it'd be an exaggeration to say 10, 15 feet in the air. Yeah, I was not happy. I was not a happy camper. When my bike came back down, I bent my bars, which made me even more mad. It was bad. But that's the thing about my bike. It's kind of been like my let out of aggression. I think that's why I love riding so much, is it's my way of any pent up aggressions, any anger I have, I just let it out when I'm on my bike, and I love it. I absolutely love it because I come home satisfied and comfortable and a lot more just relaxed, you know. So anyways, good story, cool story, bro. I'm gonna be ending it off here soon, guys. I think I'm gonna hit this wall a couple more times, and maybe, just maybe, I might try the fakie thing again. So here we go. Whoa. Alright guys. Here we go. Last one of the night. I'm gonna try this thing on the wedge. Last time I did this, I fell on my ass, I think. Okay, here we go. Oh, I did it! Yes! I used to get so mad trying to learn how to do fakies on that. And funny story on how I'm not gonna stop. What's that? Funny story on how I learned how to do fakies. I learned how to do fakies in my 9th grade year of high school, no, 8th grade year, because I wasn't doing good in school. And I got like all D's on my report card. And my stepfather was like, "You're grounded." So I was like, "Okay, no problem, dude. I get it. I'm grounded. That's fine." So I was like, whatever. Well, I'm grounded to the house. Well, the beautiful thing about our house was that it had an attached garage. So what I did is I had my mom, I was like, "Mom, I know I'm grounded, but like, can I ride in the garage?" You know, it's like the dead of winter anyway, so like, I didn't really care. I was grounded that much. Mom's like, yeah, sure, I'll pull the car out, you can ride in the garage. Cool, thanks, Mom. So I was like, there's not much you can do in a garage. I mean, the ceiling's pretty low, so 180s are kind of like and I wasn't really like trying 180s at the time like crazy. But I really wanted to learn how to do fakies because you kind of have to know how to fakie in order to 180 because you got to figure out a way to get out of it. So I was like, okay, fakies it is. So what I was doing is, I mean, the garage was maybe, I don't know, 10 foot wide by like maybe like 20 foot. But on the back wall was all like my stepdad's tools and my tools and like lawn equipment and stuff like that. Even though we had a shed, we still kept some lawn equipment and stuff like that in the garage. But I was going side to side. I was going width. So I had 10 feet to work with. And what I'd do is I'd go up and I'd hit the wall and I'd just pull back. Kind of like I did on this wall. But I'd just pull back and then, you know, try to figure out how it felt. And then I would go and do it again and again and again. And there's about a week straight of just trying to get it. I would start getting it around. And then before I knew it, I was going all the way around. So with BMX, the vast majority of the tricks, let's say BMX is probably about 10% true blue talent, and about 90% of it is just repetition. Trying the thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until you get it. I probably did fakies thousands of times before I actually learned how to fakie, and I'm still trying to practice it. So if that doesn't prove anything to you guys about what you need to do in order to learn how to do tricks, it's all about repetition. It's all about trying to learn it and remember the keys of how to do it. So like, it's YouTube. There's all kinds of how-tos on here now. I mean, I don't feel the necessity of doing how-tos because there's so many how-tos. I might do some, but with how-to videos, all you gotta do is watch a how-to video from a pro rider and listen to them. And I would listen to majority, like a couple pro riders, because not all of them are the same. You know, they all have their own little tips and tricks. But listen to a bunch of guys about how to do these basic tricks, these fundamental core tricks that you have to learn. Like I said, 1-footers, no footers, 1-handers, no handers. Which I would suggest even learning how to pull your hands off the bars comfortably when you're in the air before you learn how to bar spin is what I'm going to start doing this year. Because I feel like with bar spinning, I get so freaked out from having my hands off of the bars that I'm just not comfortable trying the trick really. So when I go to throw them, I'm just kind of like, oh my God, and I let go and I drop the bike because I'm not comfortable with letting my hands off the bars and grabbing them again. So I'm going to start with 1-handers on both sides, Oppo 1-handers, and then I'm going to start doing no-handers eventually. Once I get comfortable with getting rid of both one hand, I'm going to start getting rid of both hands and seeing how that works out. But I got to find a decent fly out in the area to do that first. I might even rebuild some trails in order to do it, just so I can get those core tricks back down, you know, build a nice gap jump and really practice those core fundamental tricks. So 1-footers, no-footers, fakies, then 180s. For grinds, you want to learn how to double peg grind and feeble. but I always suggest a feeble first. Feebling is so much easier than double pegging, because the problem with double pegging is that you're going to get that initial shock and it's going to freak you out and you're never going to want to do it again. So feebles are better because they get you comfortable with getting onto a ledge smoothly. So you don't want to stomp a ledge when you're first trying it. You want to do it smooth. But either way, we'll go over all those. I think I'm going to start a how-to series, just so I can give you guys some basics on tricks that you should learn, and we can kind of do this stuff together. So, but before this gets any more weird and I wake up one of these old people talking or whatever, it's getting kind of late too. I'm gonna get up out here and maybe go have some hot cocoa, because it's kind of cold out here, to be honest. It's a little bit chilly. It's probably like in the mid 40s in Erie. Like I said, it just snowed a couple days ago. So, but anyways, guys, I hope you all are doing well, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Peace, love, rock, deuces.